let's touch on other parts of that mindset, because we tend to change our mindset. And yeah, we can have that positive mindset. We can have the abundance mindset. We can be on a high horse and everything can be great. We can be feeling great, but then we don't believe, and something can happen. So we have our mindset right, everything is good, and then you run into your friend and your friend says, that's bullshit. That's not gonna happen. And your belief in that mindset just diminishes. And then the next day comes and then your mom tells you, are you fucking crazy? That's not the way it goes. And then your coworker says, you're nuts. Or somebody you ran into says, that's impossible. Well, that will hurt your mindset. And you always have to keep it in mind that you want to stay believing in your goal. You want to believe in yourself. You want to keep that momentum high. So there are a few things, right? Yesterday I gave you a homework. I challenged you guys to write down 5 things that you wanted to accomplish this year and another 5 things you want to accomplish within the next 5 years. However, do you believe in those things? Do you believe that you can accomplish those things? Do you believe that you have the ability to get to that one next step to get to that thing? And sometimes right? Sometimes we say, I want to make $1 million tomorrow. Is that realistic? Right? So when you set up your goals, you want to make sure that they're going to be smart goals. You want to make sure that they're realistic, that they're attainable, right? Something that you can measure, so that's why I say that you're taking the 5 years, right? You're taking that 1 year, you're taking the 1 year, you're breaking it down into what you need to do every month. You're taking every month and you're breaking it down what you need to do every day. The 5 years, you're going to break it down into what you're doing this year, what you're going to be doing next year. Like, set your milestones, right? Because sometimes we tend to kick ourselves in the ass and say, man, I didn't get it, or I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But you did a lot, right? You got somewhere. You did something. You're moving forward. And as long as you're moving forward, that's it, right? You fail, but you move forward. And it's a part of the mindset. So a big portion of your mindset has to be believing that you can do it, believing in yourself, believing that this is possible. Just believe that you are the person and you can be the person to have the things that you want to have, right? So I have situations where I've always wanted certain things in my life. And I've had situations where people tell me, no, you're not going to get that. That's impossible. So at the age of 22 years old, I look young, right? Still look young, yeah. So at the age of 21 to 22 years old, I was introduced into the insurance industry, the life insurance industry. Back then it was called the mortgage protection. And I was in a situation in my life where I needed something to happen. I needed something to just come my way. And because I'm bilingual, it gave me the opportunity to sell insurance. So I took advantage of my skill of knowing Spanish. I ended up being mentored by the owner of the company and having him underneath my wing, being put underneath his wing and learning things, learning. So right off the bat, my mindset changed. I started doing personal development. One of the first books that I can recommend people to read is The Psychology of Sales. And we're always selling ourselves. You might not think that you're selling, you might say, hey, I'm not into sales and everything like that. But when you have a conversation with someone, you're selling them. You're either going to sell them on listening to you, you're going to sell them on what the conversation is about, right? Your wife, your kids, you're selling them on cleaning their beds, cleaning their rooms, making their beds. On your wife, you're selling her on, watching a certain movie and doing certain things. So in my experience, I was I like to immerse myself when I'm doing something. So if I'm getting into the insurance industry and now I need to learn this new industry, and I'm coming from, mind you, I'm 21 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. I came from the banking industry. I was a teller. I came from not such good industries. I was a hustler. So I was out there trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I knew who I wanted to become. I knew the lifestyle that I wanted. I knew the things that I wanted. I love nice things. I love beautiful things and experiences. I love to travel and see different things. I love helping people. I want to be able to give people anything that they need whenever I can, right? So in my mindset, I said, this is amazing. Insurance, I did my research. I see all these guys, they're making millions. Everything is great. Boom, boom, boom. I am so freaking excited. I'm so freaking excited. And then I go and I tell one of my best friends. And my best friend tells me, bullshit. You're not going to make $100,000 this year. Impossible. So in my head, I already did the calculations, right? So I went out, I sold an insurance deal. I made $2,000. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I went out the next day, sold another one. And all of a sudden I'm selling these deals and I'm making this money. And right off the top of my head is like, I'm making 100,000, 150,000. I don't care. So at the age of 21, 22, I get this opportunity. I have it in my head. I want to make 100,000, 6 figures. In my head was, you cannot live. Listen, this is something that if you knew me for a while, if you get to know me, I believe everyone should be making 6 figures. That's it. Everyone should be making 6 figures because you cannot live on less than 6 figures. And I'll tell you why. New Jersey especially, maybe in Texas, on the West Coast, but I'm in New Jersey, and in New Jersey, taxes are crazy. So 100,000, yes, you can live on it. I'm not going to say that it's not. I'm not going to poo-poo it, like they say, but it's not what I wanted. The vacations, the dinners, the experiences, the things that I wanted to give my kids, the things I wanted to provide for my family, it wasn't enough. So 150, 200. My mentality went from me making $20,000, $30,000 at a bank to jumping to $100,000, $150,000 on sales commission in insurance industry. So I'm excited. I got my test. I got my license. I took my test. I did everything that I needed to do. I go and I tell my best friend, and he shoots it down. No, absolutely not. You're not going to get that. I say, fuck you. I'm going to do it because I know I can do it. I have done my research and I have seen the people doing it. I'm actually underneath the wing of somebody who's making 4 or 5 times that. So my belief was so strong that nobody could stop it. Nobody could fucking stop it. I was out there saying, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Whatever it is in my head, I'm making 150,000 this year. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell these many accounts. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And guess what? The first year I ended up making 240,000. Now that's fucking amazing. Well, I believed, and I ended up showing my friends and showing the people around me that no matter what you tell me and what you think I can or cannot do, I will do what I feel I can and I want to do. So when he told me, no, you can't, it lit the fire underneath me and said, watch me, motherfucker. And he's my best friend. So as that point, he was going through his life and he realized that what I was doing was something a little bit different than what he was doing. And eventually he ended up coming and working with me. So that right there just shows you have those people who are going to hate. Now he's my friend. It wasn't hate. It was love. It was realistic honesty. It was the complacent mentality. I don't know what I can pin it, right? It was just the typical mentality that we're used to when people say, you can't do that. What are you talking about? You got to have this. You got to do this. You got to be there. You got to have this person. You got to. No, you don't. If you focus in and you do what you need to do to get there, you'll make it. Now, I didn't let anybody stop me. I had a why. My why was very big. I had just had a son. We're talking, my son's 15. This was 16, 17 years ago. And I love it. I love the fact that I took my willingness to do what I wanted to do and I made it into something that people thought I would never be able to do. And then I had him calling and saying, hey, I think it's best for me to go work with you so that I can get to that level. And then helping him and getting there and just being able to provide an opportunity for people and change their lives, it made me fucking feel great. I was so excited to see lives change. And I'm still excited to see lives change. And the first thing I told him was, listen, if you're going to come work with me, I need you to believe that this is possible. I need you to believe that this is going to happen, and I need you to do what you need to be doing to make it happen. And he did it. And I am super excited to say that now he's great. He's living life. Everything is awesome. And just to think of these stories, right? You know, I was at a point in my life where I had $20 in my bank account, $20 in my bank account with child support due, my license at the verge of being suspended, and just no fucking map as for where or what should I do. And what I decided was to believe that I can do this again, believe that this is going to work, immerse myself in what I wanted to do, and then take massive action and do it. So first step is going to be your mindset. With your mindset, you need to, anybody can come in and say, yeah, shake it up, Tony Robbins, shake it up. You're going to have people that it pisses me off because people don't understand it, right? People will say Tony Robbins is fake. People will say Tony Robbins is bullshit. It's not necessarily for everyone. However, what Tony Robbins teaches you is to control your state, right? So that's a different video, and we'll get into that throughout this whole channel series. I'm feeling it. I love you guys. I want to give you everything that I know, and hopefully this goes on to my grandkids. So what he teaches you is to change your state, to basically move around, to feel that energy. And once you do that, and once you start believing in yourself, you go to the gym, you start getting confidence. You start looking in the mirror, you're like, oh my gosh, I look good. You start learning things about the industry you want to be in, and now you can talk about these things, and now you have the lingo, and all of a sudden you feel that confidence, right? It all comes down to that confidence that's going to help you continue that strong mindset. So with the confidence, the belief, it's hard to nick it. It's hard to no, you're not going to get it. Because I believe so strongly in being able to hit those goals, no one was going to change my mind. It's the same thing like that little kid who wants that bicycle, the little girl who wants to go someplace, and no one can change her mind because that's what she wants. So in my head, I made the decision that this is what I wanted. 150,000, 200,000, $500,000. There are goals that I have that I haven't hit, that it's a failure, right? You look at it and you say, well, you didn't hit it, Dennis. You wanted to make $500,000 last year and you didn't do it. Well, I'm pretty sure I failed, but I pretty sure failed forward. I learned, I grew. I didn't hit what I wanted to hit, but I got to where I needed to be. And sometimes you can do better. And as long as you can take your mindset and you can review the things that are going on in your head, And then you can believe that this is something that you can still do, and you put in the action and the work to continue to do what you need to do. Everything will fall into place. I promise you. So what I want to do is I want to challenge you for this homework to take your mindset and go out there and put it out to the universe. Tell people, express how you feel, show people what you want. Believe the life that you're trying to accomplish is there, right? Celebrate the little things. Like if you wake up at 5, you say you want to wake up at 5, wake up at 5. So what I would say is if you were to take your mindset and start putting it out there to the universe, put your goals out there, let people know, show them that you believe that this is something possible. I promise you, your confidence is going to get boosted up. You're going to want to learn more. You're going to get attraction to people that are going to ask you certain things that you're like, it's going to get your brain going. And these are things that you want because it keeps you learning. It keeps you growing. It keeps you with the momentum of your belief for your goal. And what is it that you're trying to accomplish? I don't know. You wrote it down. So let's see. Let's hope that you can, keep your mindset positive through all the noise. There's a lot of people out there who are just going to, no. When we were little, we were told, no, nothing, everything's this, you can't touch that, this is impossible. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is possible. It's possible that somebody that came from the projects in New York City can become a millionaire. It's possible that somebody that had no high school education can become a doctor. It's possible that somebody who is homeless is now going to Harvard. So when you look at these things, if you put in the work, that story alone with that homeless kid who's getting approved into Harvard, he put in the work. He was dedicated to get what he wanted. And this is what I'm trying to preach, is that no matter what is it that you want to do in life, you can do it. Be realistic with it and take the action that you need to do. But it all starts with your mindset, and it leads into believing, and then it goes into having actions and plans and doing things so that you can get there. But don't give up and continue your journey.